Good afternoon, I'm Diane.
And I'm Sue. Hi guys.
Thank you for choosing to come to our presentation. We are passionate about engaging our community and hope you enjoy our presentation. Where is Shellharbour? For those who are not from the east coast of New South Wales, this is where you'll find your FOGO mojo happening. a little about our demographics. I'll stop being nervous soon. Our population is 68,762 and is forecast to grow to 85,262 by the year 2036. The city encompasses a land area of about 147 square kilometres, including beaches, rivers, national and state parks and other significant parklands. Shellharbour City is expanding with significant greenfield development, some industrial and commercial land uses. We have 26,000 rateable properties, and of this, 25,845 premises receive a waste collection service. Our waste collection service is made up of 21,563 single-unit dwellings, 3,915 multi-unit dwellings, 367 commercial waste collection services. Our 10-year journey towards FOGO started in 2007 with an options report for the future management of waste services in our area. The report recommended moving towards a best practice collection service with a fortnightly garbage, fortnightly recycling and a weekly FOGO. Based on this report, an information brochure and survey was sent to all Shellharbour households and property owners in August 2007, asking residents how they wanted their waste managed in the future. 88% of the residents supported the fortnightly collection of garbage, citing environmental benefits as the main reason for their decision. The outcomes of the community consultation was reported to Council, where it resolved to implement a best practice waste collection service consisting of a fortnightly collection of garbage in either a 140 litre or 240 litre bin, and the fortnightly collection of recycling and green waste in a 240 litre bin. Council also resolved to collect garbage in a 140 litre bin and collect the green waste bin weekly once a suitable processing facility was available. On the 1st of July 2008, Council introduced the new 3-bin municipal kerbside collection system. The Shellharbour community became responsible leaders in waste management. There was an increase in avoidance, reuse and recycling of waste, which resulted in an increased recovery from the 2007's 37% to 50%. A follow-up survey was distributed to all households in October 2009. The survey outlined the performance of the service and Council's intention to continue to move towards best practice collections. Again, we asked if they were still happy with this approach to manage waste. 89% indicated their support for the strategy due to the cost and environmental benefits, considering it a move in the right direction, and they loved their new organics bin. At its meeting on the 1st of June 2010, Council adopted the waste management strategy. Central to this strategy was the goal of diverting at least 66% of municipal waste from the landfill by 2014. Are we there yet? Gosh. The new waste collection contract was awarded in 2014 to Remondis Australia and included the provision of a FOGO collections and a full-time waste education officer with an annual budget of $100,000 per year. In 2014, Council adopted the business case and funding strategy for the construction of our own FOGO plant at our Dunmore Waste facility. In August 2015, the development application and supporting EIS was approved. Also in 2015, through the New South Wales EPA Waste Less Recycle More initiative and the New South Wales Environmental Trust, Council secured $370,000 to assist with the FOGO collection, and $1.85 million in funding was also received under the Waste Less Recycle More initiative to assist with the construction of the FOGO processing plant. Are we finally on our way? On the 1st of July 2016, we are good to go FOGO, and the weekly collection of food organics, garden organics and the 240 litre green bin commenced. How did Council roll out FOGO and engage with our community? It always starts with developing your community engagement strategy. We sought input from industry experts, and lots of them, behavioural change experts and council's communications team. In addition, we researched councils that had or were planning to implement FOGO. We were interested in lessons learnt as much as discovering things that went well, and we have a few FOGO findings for you a little bit later. The consultation and investigation findings were collated, and Shellharbour's community engagement strategy was created. Early in our journey, we decided that creating a brand and logo was very important. We wanted consistency across the information distributed from Council in relation to the new FOGO service. This including using the word FOGO, so it will become part of everyday language for our residents. Digital agency from Wollongong provided some creative input. They were engaged on other council initiatives, and they were familiar with our own waste objectives. Several logo options were considered, but our current logo and branding was quickly agreed on. From that time on, everything that was issued by council in relation to FOGO was released with the FOGO Shellharbour logo. Council posted FOGO branded invitations to all ratepayers, inviting residents to attend a free twilight or lunchtime sausage sizzle to find out when their new weekly FOGO collection service starts, what they were to expect to receive prior to the commencement, and what they could put in their FOGO bin. People were asking, what's this FOGO about? Between March and July 2016, 28 events were held at various locations around the Shellharbour local government area. Residents who attended were asked to complete a quick evaluation of the information provided. We asked, what, if anything, do you consider challenging about separating your food waste from your general household waste? And what, if anything, do you consider beneficial about separating your food waste from your general household waste? The same two questions were again asked during a phone survey after the implementation to gauge differences in the challenges and benefits of separating the food. Evaluation answers were used to develop the frequently asked question sheets provided to residents and uploaded to the newly created FOGO page of Council's dedicated website, shellharbourwaste.com.au. To capture those residents who had been unable to come along to community barbecues, we introduced a Choose the Right Bin, Don't Just Throw It In course, explaining the new correct usage of the 3-bin system and the importance of getting it right at home. Other engagement methods included recruitment of residents to be part of our advertising campaign, advertising on television, cinema, print and radio, creation of dedicated FOGO page on Shellharbour Waste website, dedicated FOGO telephone hotline, which we affectionately know as the FOGO phone, FOGO user guide, face-to-face education opportunities, social media, published books, our very own adventures of Bangu and Claire, the ABC of FOGO. Throughout our communications, we use FOGO wordplay as much as possible. Examples include, are you good to go, FOGO? Not long to go, FOGO. Ready to go, FOGO. We're good to go, FOGO. FOGO is here. FOGO here. FOGO Eve. Thank you, FOGO. We currently use, have you found your FOGO mojo? We now like to show you our television campaign targeting the hard-to-reach 24 to 35-year-old demographics. The first ad played during the 6 p.m. news and the Chaser game show, and at Shellharbour Event Cinemas for 1 month leading up to the 1st of July.
It takes a lot to run this city. There's a lot of getting up before the world wakes. There's a lot of behind the scenes. There's a lot of moving parts. And there's always plenty to do. But when it all comes together, it works to create something bigger. It creates something greater than the sum of its parts. Sometimes it's about what we can give to this city, but this time it's what we're taking away.
Okay, Sue can organise that. The second series focused on 3 individual messages. These ads played over the summer of the 2016-17 at peak viewing times, including the new news, major summer sporting events like the Big Bash and the Australian Open tennis. These series of advertisements also played in all 8 cinemas before every single screening held at the Shellharbour Event Cinema during the school holidays. So basically there was the series of 3 ads. We had one which was an emotive, so it actually made people who lived at Shellharbour feel welcomed and, oh look, it's great to live here and it's got fantastic things about Shellharbour. Then the next message was actually making sure that people put the bin, or divert the FOGO material from the kitchen caddy out to the curb. And we even had the residents of Albion Park actually all with a big bullhorn, okay, bring out your bins. And they loved it. They had a fantastic time. It was really, really good. And the third one was all about what you could put in your FOGO bin. So they were the 3 messages, because after all those frequently asked questions and after all the surveys and evaluations, this is what they told us that was missing in our messages. And that really hard group to reach, which is the 24s to 35s, male predominantly, sorry guys, but you are hard to reach. So that's why they watch the Big Bash series. They're home in the afternoon to watch the news. So that's why we actually targeted that group.
Okay. Apologies for the technical aspect. Okay, so these clips alone potentially reached over 760,000 people, creating a really big upswell and awareness and chatter about FOGO. Other FOGO information communicated, we use the web, online Facebook chat releases, forums, questionnaires. Council's Facebook posts also download to Twitter, and we potentially reach another 93,000 people. So each household paying for a waste service had a solid 7-litre caddy containing a recycling and waste collection brochure and a FOGO user guide delivered to their door. In our FOGO system, no compostable bags or plastic liner bags of any kind are accepted. We've found that there is evidence that there is an increase in plastic contamination when residents are given this choice. So our community engagement and education messaging includes options to use an origami kitchen caddy liner made with newspaper. So auditing is unavoidable, so do it well. Our auditing messaging is, again, have you found your FOGO mojo? So Council have conducted 2,200 visual FOGO audits in a 5-month period, which is around about 400 every month. We monitor things for presentation, contamination and overall volume. So the residents that demonstrate their FOGO mojo receive a recognition tag attached to their bin, which when returned enters them into a draw to win a FOGO backpack, which Di's got, full of goodies, promotional goodies, as well as $200 in FPOS gift cards.
Made of recycled PET bottles.
Indeed. So Council is still continuing to conduct 200 visual audits every month. In addition to this, we had EC Sustainable conduct 2 full independent classification audits on 440 households during the spring of 2016, which was the FOGO bin only, and also in the summer of 2017 for all 3 bins. Soilco, who are our FOGO processor, also provide us with contamination results. So the intention is to release all of these results in newsletters and Facebook posts, and this has allowed a real friendly rivalry between our suburbs. So Council also uses FOGO collection trucks as mobile billboards, displaying educational messaging, including what can and go into your FOGO bin at home. We also bring FOGO trucks to primary school events, such as our local government week, and to preschool visits. We're very big in preschools in our council area, allowing children to safely interact with the truck while playing and learning all about FOGO. Council, in conjunction with the Rwanda's Waste Education Officer, have provided FOGO education to 67 pre-primary and high schools, with over 3,200 students participating since July 2016. So, how are we going? So between July 2016 and March 2017, we've collected 9,114 tonnes of FOGO material at the curbside. This is an increase of 2,294 tonnes compared to the same time last year. So this graph just shows you that shows the tonnages collected from our organic bin before and after the introduction of the FOGO service. Our waste classification audits indicate that there is in addition to the food diversion, that there's an increase of FOGO material, and we attribute this not only to natural population growth, but also the addition of compostable recyclables, things like paper and cardboard. Our residents now have the option to recycle pantry cardboard items, paper bags and newspapers in their FOGO bin, which previously would have gone into their yellow lid recycling bin. So since the introduction of the weekly FOGO service, the amount of waste to landfill from the red lid bin has reduced by 1,616 tonnes, again compared to the same time last year. We've also got a graph to show the types and tonnages of waste collected from the curbside over the last 10 years. So it looks a little bit confusing. It's one to leave up there because basically we find that the yellow, obviously they're colour-coded by bin type, that our curbside recycling is relatively stable, that our landfill tonnages were gradually increasing. We again think due to population growth, but now they're starting to trend down since the introduction of FOGO. And also encouragingly, all the way, the graph shows that the amount of FOGO material is steadily increasing. So based on the lift rate from our collection contractor, the presentation rate for FOGO between July 2016 and March 2017 is 58%. Based on data from our processing contractor, that our average contamination rate for FOGO between July 2016 and March 2017 is 0.82%. So our residents are doing a fantastic job. Economically sustainable outcomes realised to date from the FOGO service include less waste going to landfill, so creation of compost, obviously, and savings for our residents. So 601 households have voluntarily downsized the size of their red bin from a 240 to a 140, saving them $140 per household and over $84,000 in total savings there. We find that there's a direct correlation between introducing the FOGO service, the number of people reducing the bin, and the amount going to landfill. It's not coincidental. So processing costs for FOGO are lower than landfill costs. So we've also reduced levy payments for our ratepayers of over $220,000 in the time since FOGO was introduced. And this has also increased the lifespan of our Dunmore waste facility by 12 months so far. So we've had a vision in Shellharbour, and by that, I'm just going to skip past it. Oh, where's my households? Down there? Skipped a couple of sheets, all good. So it's really important to let you know the cost. Good on you. So in the 10 years, it is an extremely time, labour and cost intensive process. So it's cost council over $700,000 so far, or an average of $28 per household. Di and I, 6 months of our life full time, including all costs and expenses. It really takes some dedication and commitment from idea to realisation to implementation, big time. So our top 6 lessons learned are change one thing at a time. We thought we were doing that in Shellharbour. We've had a fortnightly collection since 2008. But still, there were really 3 things. So you really need to get your dedicated messaging right, okay? Make all messaging positive. People don't like change. Always keep things positive, everyone from your visionaries right through to your skeptics. And listen to your community, the barriers that they put up, and those that differ from the norm, listen to them and provide solutions. School is a big one for us. We would like to see and that school children are some of our best educators. They take messages home. So please implement a school FOGO program as soon as you possibly can. MUDs are another tricky one for obvious reasons. We analyse those on a case-by-case basis to provide solutions. Share the load. Bring on as many experts as you can. Teams of graphics artists we use, contracted staff, behaviour change experts and community groups. Stay present, be there. We found that our audit results showed that there was a slight decrease in food presented in our FOGO bins between our 2 audit periods, and that was because we think directly correlated to our advertising. We weren't present. So be present. Provide information, develop groundswell in your community. Residents will educate their neighbours and bring them along on the FOGO journey. So for us, we are residents, so our goals are all residents will use their FOGO bin correctly and all food goes in FOGO. Our journey continues. Thank you.